What is up, shipheads? This is the Sir Yacht Show. We got an absolute banger for you today. We're going to talk about the Week 10 NFL preview. Jim Irsay was drinking a lot of bourbon and woke up, and Jeff Saturday was the coach of the Colts. We're going to talk about how we think we can fix the Packers, talk about Kyrie Irving, Tom Brady, a lot of other things. And I'm joined in Cleveland by my twin brother at BrickWallBlitz. And I'm joined in Sioux Falls by didn't know where you were now by at Matasaurus Rex. Our top headlines for today: Tom Brady is the first player in NFL history to throw for 100,000 passing yards, the equivalent to 56 miles, which is also the equivalent to the distance between Tom Brady's home and Gisele's new home.
Midterm elections take place on Tuesday, November 8th, and regardless of who wins, every candidate is guaranteed to get more votes than Russell Wilson.
All right, the Indianapolis Colts fired head coach Frank Reich today. I don't know about you guys, but I don't like the idea of a guy named Reich on the market when the Brooklyn Nets need a coach.
Oh my God. Yeah, I was that was kind of my joke. I said Jeff Saturday was hired by the Colts as their interim head coach. And I said after anti-Semitic remarks were made by celebrities, it's only fair that a Reich is out of power.
Alabama lost to LSU 32-31 on Saturday, making Alabama the first two-loss team to make the college playoff.
The New York Jets beat the Buffalo Bills this weekend, which is something that LeBron James says he totally saw coming.
Bro, he's a generational liar.
No, he's Nostradamus. He knows everything. It just his cripple is he can only tell you about it after it happened. He's Captain 2020 hindsight.
Like he said he saw Migos or he was listening to Migos in 2010. Their first mixtape came out in 2011.
So I'm glad you told that joke, Matt, because I was super nervous about mine with the Reich and the anti-Semitic stuff. So I feel better.
Oh, okay. Absolutely.
My third joke. Anthony Davis is available for a trade per Bill Simmons. This would be like someone saying North Korean citizens are eating per Kim Jong-un.
Wait, is Bill Simmons even an insider?
Insider? I just met her. No, but he's just a Celtics fanboy, and he hates the Lakers. So everybody's like, this guy is not an insider. He just hates the Lakers. So yeah, that was basically my point.
Gotcha. Johnny, before you go, do I have permission to try a quick Bill Simmons impression?
Yes, go ahead.
Oh, can we? Yeah, okay, everybody, we got a treat for you. All right, Matt.
I've never done this before.
So you've never. Okay, so this is a exclusive on the Sir Yacht Show. You were very good with your John Gruden one, and you've done some other impressions. Let's hear the Bill Simmons impression, Matt.
All right. I'm hearing Anthony Davis is available. I think that's worth keeping an eye on. Yeah, me and the family were watching Godfather the other weekend, and I get the text, Anthony Davis. Could he end up at the Sixers? Maybe the Celtics? I don't think that's crazy to say.
Maybe the Celtics. It's always the Celtics. I don't think it's that crazy to say this. He's going to Celtics going to get him. Here's my.
He's so optimistic.
I have a pretty good Bill Simmons impression. One sec. Let me just adjust this. Okay, are we ready?
I knew you could do it.
Was that good? It was pretty good.
It wasn't what I was expecting.
I mean, the first half, not going to lie.
The Astros won the World Series last week, making it the first time since early October that a Dusty Baker has done anything besides play football.
Making it the first time that Dusty Baker has won anything meaningful. That was good. That was so good.
It was going to be worse, but I made it PG-13.
Jeff Saturday was hired as the coach of the Indianapolis Colts, proving once again that when you've got Peyton Manning behind you, you can get all sorts of great opportunities that you don't deserve.
That's true. I had another saying for this that I forgot to say. I was like, a lot of people think Jeff Saturday is just going to pull plays out of his ass since he's never called plays before. And I said, well, that would kind of make sense because Peyton Manning put his hands behind there for 13 seasons, so maybe it's that Peyton Manning touch.
I was looking for some sort of hands to ass joke, and I just couldn't find a way to put it together. So
it's tough. It was there. It was there. We appreciate the effort for sure. I think we were both on the right track.
Yeah, so I just practiced a Bill Simmons impression instead.
That was good. I did have an Elon Musk joke that I did not say. I can't figure out how I'm going to fit it into the episode, so I might just say it right now.
Okay.
But it's not going to be on Twitter, so I mean, I don't know, because Elon Musk might ban my Spotify account, so I'm not really sure. He might buy Spotify and then ban my account. But
Just
anyway,
say it.
Okay, so Elon Musk is permanently suspending Twitter accounts that impersonate him, and this is true. My account got suspended when I changed my Twitter name to Narcissistic Rat Penis.
The worst part about all of it is, he's got a group of like just hardos that are laughing at, like, he's like pulling him into like closed door meetings, just showing him the tweets he's gonna send off, and they're just laughing their asses off at it.
You know what's so crazy is the people, like, if you support Elon Musk or like him, that's fine. Like, I think he's done a lot of great stuff. Okay, well, according to Johnny, it's not. I just think it's so weird that the people that will literally die for this man, like, he's just a billionaire that is like a little narcissistic that posts memes, and these people would die for this man. I think that is so weird, personally.
It is funny that there are those people out there who are like, oh, we need to eat all the billionaires, except for that one who happens to be like the most billionaire of all the billionaires.
Richest man in the goddamn world.
Yeah, for some reason he's the exception, just because, like, oh, he's one of us. He posts like Dogecoin memes or whatever. I just can't stand people who think he's actually funny, because he isn't.
He's one of us. Yeah, his parents might have benefited from the South African apartheid and made all their money from that. But he posts memes, so he's one of us. Other than the $44 billion or $200 billion he has. Anyways, yeah, we're not necessarily experts on this. Not that we're experts, honestly, on anything, quite honestly. But we do have a lot more fun talking about the NFL season. And congrats to the Buccaneers. They finally got a win. Frank Reich was fired. I'd say that was probably the big one. The Browns won the bye week. I just want to say that. They are 24-0 since 1999 and winning the bye week. So congratulations to them. Anything you guys saw this week that you want to talk about?
Seahawks are 6-3.
I think they're for real.
But if we want to talk about the Seahawks, do we think they're a legitimate Super Bowl contender?
I wouldn't say like deep Super Bowl contender, but I think like fringe, like divisional round contender at this point, because they're still rebuilding. Like, they're still a very, very young team, but I think like they like at this point they could either win the division or like make it easy wild card.
Yeah, I see them as like a divisional round team, but I don't know. The NFC is so weak. I have no idea who's going to win the NFC besides like the Eagles, and fuck, I might have to say the Vikings at this point. But yeah, I could definitely see the Seahawks beating any team in the NFC in the playoffs. I just don't think they have the depth to make it to like the NFC Championship. But by far my favorite story of the year.
So let's revisit our records from last week, because I actually kept track of them and I figured out who was winning and who was not. So we're recording this during the Monday Night Football game. The fourth quarter just started, and the Ravens are currently up 17-6. We will go under the assumption that the Ravens are going to win this game. So in third place this week is me, Sir Yacht. This is me speaking. The Ravens are assuming they win. I went 4-3 on the week. In second place was Johnny. He would be 6-1 if the Ravens lose, but they're probably going to win, so he's going to be 5-2. And first in the week by default is Matt, and Matt would be 6-1 if the Ravens won. So congratulations to Matt. You won the week. What are any thoughts on being champion?
Spray and pray, basically. It feels like it's a lot of guessing at this point in the NFL season. I still don't know who's legit.
Here's the thing. There's a lot of parity in the NFL. Okay, there's a lot of parity in the NFL. But there should be no parity on Twitter, especially if you're talking about Elon Musk. Otherwise, you are getting suspended. So, yeah, we talked about a lot about Frank Reich getting fired by the Colts. Jim Irsay were questioning his blood alcohol level. Hiring Jeff Saturday, who is in the Colts Ring of Honor, was getting yelled at by Stephen A. Smith 2 days ago and woke up and is now the interim head coach for the Colts, has had no coaching experience. The last time he coached high school football was in 2020, and he was 3-7 in that season. And now this guy's like, oh, I don't know. I can't believe I'm the head coach. I'm honestly shocked. You said you watched the press conference, and you said it was insane, Johnny.
It was a generational press conference. Like I can't like really spoil anything. You're gonna have to watch it yourself. But let's just say there were so many memorable quotes from it. It was a treasure trove.
Yeah, Chris Ballard had like a bit of a meltdown.
What happened?
That man is under some stress. He's just kind of like really snappy with the media, like you saying, like, you guys wanted us to draft wide receivers. Now look, our offensive line sucks. Like he was like just blaming the media for everything. Kind of. It was really weird.
Wait, that's the GM. What the?
Yeah,
It's his fault.
Yeah, it's bizarre. That man is under a lot of stress. I'm guessing things are really weird in Indianapolis right now.
That'd be like Jimmy Haslam blaming the homeless guy for drafting Johnny Manziel. It's like, you guys are the ones that did it. No one held a gun to your head. You did it. That's
I think the homeless guy held a gun to his head.
It might have been.
Hear me out. Now, I'm not trying to be insensitive, but hear me out. If the homeless guy doesn't have a home, by default, homeless guy, I'm going to go out on a limb and say does not have a gun. But I understand where you're coming from, and I appreciate your insight. Let's talk about some other head coaching candidates that maybe Jim Irsay should have considered instead of Jeff Saturday.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah. I was going to send it to you.
You're supposed to say Johnny for or whatever.
Johnny, go ahead. What do you think?
Mine's going to be a pretty left field.
Do you have like a top three, or do you just pick one?
I just have one. And that man is Jim Irsay himself. And I think like he's the best guy in that entire locker room and like that entire team to improve team morale. Like first thing he'll do is he'll replace the like the Gatorade and the Gatorade coolers with cough syrup and lean. He'll put hookers in the blue tents so the players keep going to the blue tents. Like, oh man, I think I have a concussion. I think my head hurts. I gotta go to the blue tent.
I said my head was hurt, not that I needed head.
Like, I don't know why. I feel so much better.
I'd also argue Jim Irsay is probably the only person who wants to be in Indianapolis right now, or who wants to be associated with the Colts whatsoever. So it would make sense that he takes the job.
I have a take right here, real quick take before we go into some other things. I think the Colts are the most dysfunctional franchise in the NFL.
What do you mean other things? Like you guys still?
No, I'm going to give my candidates as well. I'm just telling you that I think the Colts are the most dysfunctional team in the NFL.
Andrew Luck leaving them has fucked them over. All the luck left the building that day.
That was still wild that he retired during a preseason game. During the game, he retired. It's like Vontae Mack, except everybody roasted him, but nobody roasted Andrew Luck because he cried during the press conference.
All right, man. Like let's not have context. Like, oh, you just bailed. Like, dude, he literally could not move. He was trying. He was trying to come back.
I'm not saying. It's just we all whatever. My point being, what do we think when I say Colts are the most dysfunctional team in the NFL?
Do you know what the Commanders are?
I would say they have the most dysfunctional owner.
I don't know. Irsay's had a pretty strong run here. Obviously, football decision compared to just being a shitty human being. So like apples and oranges.
That's fair.
For sure,
I guess I'm just trying to like deflect from the Browns too because they've been dysfunctional my entire life. But I don't know. Maybe some other candidates.
I'd say sneaky dysfunctional because every year it feels like the media always like praises the Colts. They're like, oh, they're that sleeper team. They're like a Super Bowl favorite. They're just a quarterback away. But I think this year really exposed that maybe Carson Wentz wasn't the problem. Maybe Phillip Rivers wasn't the problem. Maybe this team just kind of sucks and has been camouflaged by being in a shitty division for so long.
I mean, they got fleeced by the Eagles in that Carson Wentz trade. They just get old injured quarterback after old injured quarterback, and it doesn't seem like it's working very much. So here are my head coaching candidates. I have 4 actually, so we'll go in order from 4 to 1. Number 4, O.J. Simpson. Here is why. You guys are like, O.J. Simpson, you make an O.J. Simpson joke. No. I'm going to give O.J. Simpson a compliment here. He is very good at evading police. And when Jim Irsay gets another DUI, he'll turn to his head coach and be like, how did you deal with this? Number 3, fired Twitter employees. They have nothing to do. They worked 5 hours a week anyways. Even if they go back to Twitter, none of them did fucking shit. Nobody works. According to Elon Musk. This has become an Elon Musk hijacked podcast. But I think, help the economy a little bit. You're looking for people that have zero coaching experience. what better place to look than the people that have no idea about football, fired Twitter employees. Number 2, Matt Ryan. You're paying him like $20 million a year or whatever the hell they're paying him. He's not doing anything right now. You're sending him behind Sam Ellinger, who said the Longhorns are back, and they're clearly not back. They haven't been back in like 20 years. Why not just pay him to be player and coach? That's what the Nets are doing with Kyrie Irving. And my number 1 pick, they got Jeff Saturday right now. Why not look at Ruby Tuesday? We're going to go with all the, Ash Wednesday next. We're just going to go after all the days in the week. So those are my picks.
Ruby Tuesday sleeper.
That hit me in the funny bone. That was a good one.
That's good. Johnny never laughs at anything I say, so I appreciate that. Fuck you, Johnny.
There he is.
Why did you laugh at that? That wasn't even a joke. All right. Matt, I am very, very interested. Do you just have one pick, or do you have a few? Or
I've just got one.
Okay.
I think this guy is going to be available at the end of this year. You have to ride with Saturday for this year.
Right.
But end of this year, I think this guy's available. And I personally see no flaws with this plan.
Okay.
This guy's an offensive genius. He's got experience with the team. He's played against the team a ton. Let's get Josh McDaniels in there.
Oh.
I knew it.
Let's get him in there. Just fresh start at the whole thing. I can't think of a single reason why it wouldn't work.
No, other than just him being a terrible head coach, I couldn't think of another reason either. You know what? You know what's funny? Jeff Saturday, 3 days ago, said the Raiders suck, and they're playing the Raiders on Sunday.
That's a big put your money where your mouth is situation.
That's a Bolden board game. That's a bold thing to say when you've never coached an NFL game before. Not even head coaching. Any coaching in the NFL. Not even college. Barely did high school.
Also, I'm curious what you guys have to think about this. Would you have taken the job if you're Jeff Saturday?
Yeah.
Like clearly this owner's super. Do you? I guess just for the money?
Yeah, secure the bag, man. Also, I think Irsay is planning on doing this long term because he fired Reich and hired Saturday so quickly. It doesn't seem like a short term investment.
He definitely. Yeah. This definitely was premeditated. I agree with Johnny. Get your money up, not your funny up. That's definitely the vibe of the pod. But what I will say is it's a win-win for him because what happens if it ends up just being a total failure after the season? He just goes back to ESPN. He already has the job. They'll take him back with open arms.
And he gets a new bullet point on his little resume that they flash whenever they introduce him.
Yeah, but that's the thing, though, is like why do they hire Jeff Saturday? Why didn't they just hire somebody in-house? Apparently, Jim Irsay, he probably just really, really was infatuated by Jeff Saturday. You know, he played for the team for 13 seasons. And Jeff Saturday's not going to leave his cushy ESPN job to be an assistant coach or like a quarterback's coach or the lineman coach. He's going to leave to be the head coach. And that's just the modern day thing. You go do your desk job, and that's fine. And then you go be a head coach. You come back and you do the same thing for 10 years, and then maybe you do some your racist emails leaks. That's John Gruden's character arc, by the way. If you guys weren't following along.
So do we think this Jeff Saturday thing is a disaster?
Yeah, he's gonna get canceled at some point. Is what I'm trying to say, basically. He's gonna coach, go back to ESPN, coach, and then something's gonna get leaked. But in all seriousness, I think it'll be a disaster. I think he's a good leader. That does not mean you're going to be a good coach. He's very knowledgeable about football. That does not mean I will not let anybody that gets screamed at by Stephen A. Smith 3 days previously, gets put in a corner by Stephen fucking A. Smith, be a good head coach. I just don't see it.
Walmart, Dan Campbell.
Wow, Walmart Dan
agree.
Campbell. Hey, put some respect on Dan Campbell. He won a game against your Packers.
What do you mean?
Your Packers.
What do you mean my Packers?
You know what I mean by that.
No, I don't.
Speaking of which, great segue, Johnny. Thank you for helping me out on that one. We're going to figure out how to fix the Packers because they're 3-6 and they are god awful. So, Johnny, how are we fixing the Packers?
Excellent question, Joey. I'm very glad you asked me that question. Let's find out. Make Aaron Rodgers play sober, because let's face it, Aaron Rodgers is a massive fan of drugs, DMT, maybe meth, maybe LSD, maybe pops a tab, like maybe he's into bath salts or smelling salts, like whatever. Pretty much make him play sober. Let him go off with the energy of a recovering crack addict, and make him play with more urgency. Just like fuck, I just.
Okay, I'm not really sure what that was. We apologize for everybody who had their volume all the way up.
I've never met a crack addict, so that's
If your parents walked into the room, I just want to reiterate this is not a porno. Johnny was just screaming and panting and moaning in the microphone. But I agree with you. I mean, look at Joe Burrow in Cincinnati. He is a tobacco head. He smokes cigars indoors. Jim Irsay is a functioning alcoholic, and he owns a professional football team. We're not saying to not do drugs. Just don't take certain drugs like, how do you pronounce it? Ayahuasca? I think I pronounced that. I think I knocked that out of the park. Let's go. But you saying don't take drugs. I'm just saying take the right drugs, like tobacco or alcohol, because then you could own an NFL team. Get off the shrooms. Get off the shroomies. I totally agree with that. I got another theory, Matt. I'll let you go first, then maybe I'll add another one.
I am all here for Johnny's take that we need the Aaron Rodgers sobriety streak, like story arc to begin. We need him to get super into weightlifting, get tatted the fuck up, and start just saying things like, yeah, I used to throw touchdowns. Now I only throw my hands up in praise for the Lord.
Like Russell Wilson stuff?
Pretty much, just like the thing that every drug addict does. Just get super into weightlifting, like certain bands and then Jesus. So if Aaron Rodgers takes that route, I'm all for it.
Can you imagine Aaron Rodgers doing some of the stuff that Russell Wilson does?
I think those two need to get together somewhere this offseason and then just take them on a prayer retreat. Because they could both use something from one another. Like Russell Wilson needs to be a little edgier, a little cooler.
We've said that.
And Aaron Rodgers is too cool. He needs to be humbled. I think it works out well.
Agreed. We've said that on this podcast as well. We need Russell Wilson to be a dick. He's being too nice. I have two things. First, I think Aaron Rodgers needs to stop going on the Pat McAfee show because ever since he's gone on, his play has significantly decreased. It's kind of like Kyler Murray after playing Call of Duty. Aaron Rodgers doesn't go to bed at a good time. He's not really studying the playbook because he's preparing for Pat McAfee Tuesdays, Aaron Rodgers Tuesdays. He's always like, "Oh, I can't wait! I'm so giddy! I just can't wait for the next day. I just can't wait."
He's just laying in his bed, just kicking his feet up on FaceTime with Pat McAfee.
He lays his clothes. He folds his clothes and lays them out for the next day.
Some dorky ass Star Wars T-shirt that he likes to wear.
Hey, you laugh, but Joe Burrow had Star Wars stuff in his parents' basement. He went to a Super Bowl last year
and lost.
Aaron Rodgers though can't relate in the past 15 years. Yeah, all right. And I have another one too, and this one I think is my favorite. Hire a fall guy. I don't know if you guys watched the game, but Aaron Rodgers was literally screaming at everybody other than his family because they're not there anymore. But I would say it's kind of like a stress ball. Like when you're angry, like all the people that watch the live sports on Barstool, they all have stress balls. Fucking psychopaths. So I think Aaron Rodgers just needs something to get his anger out on, like a punching bag. Put a heavy bag on the sideline, or get a fall guy. He's not a coach. He's not a player. He has no effect on the game other than Aaron Rodgers fucking yells at him because maybe Aaron Rodgers is really triggered by the color purple. He hates purple. It's Minnesota Vikings color. He hates purple. This guy's decked out in purple. He looks like a fucking Viking. Aaron Rodgers comes over and beats the fucking shit out of him, gets his anger out, and maybe has a better game. I think that could potentially work, and pending a lawsuit.
Sounds like you say this guy has no effect on the game whatsoever.
Zero. He's not a coach. He's not a player. Nothing. No effect.
So you just named Matt LaFleur basically.
Oh, I
would disagree.
Hold on. Allie, and then Matt did the oop. That was good. We need more of that on this podcast. More alley oops.
It sounds like you want to hire Jeff Saturday.
Oh,
there we go. Even
there
better.
We go. Full circle moment.
He used to play with Rodgers too.
Yeah, one season. I mean, okay.
Did you guys see the conspiracy that this is all just the start of the recruit Rodgers to Indianapolis process?
I believe it.
I do too.
So I'm going to bring back my Bill Simmons impression for the Pat McAfee, Aaron Rodgers.
I realize I haven't done my Bill Simmons impression yet. I can
let me hear it. Okay, we all did ours. Johnny, what's yours? Let me hear it.
Hey, Bill Simmons.
Is that Pee Wee Herman or Michael Jackson?
I read for the Ringer.
No, he owns the Ringer, dude. He is the Ringer. Put some respect on Bill Simmons.
I own the Ringer.
So I'm trying to think of a good transition to this, but we're just gonna jump into it. Have you guys seen all the like Kyrie Irving stuff? Like obviously the suspension for minimum 5 games, the anti-Semitism, all the unfortunate stuff. But I don't know if you guys have seen like the requirements that he needs to fulfill in order to come back from. That's what owner Jeff Tsai said, who by the way is responsible for enabling cultural genocide in China. I neither talk here nor there, though. We're here just to talk about fun stuff. So this is from Shams Charania. Nets have delivered Kyrie Irving 6 items he must complete to return to the team. Apologize and condemn the movie he shared. A $500,000 donation to anti-hate causes, which I thought he did, but then they took it back. Sensitivity training, anti-Semitic training, meet with ADL and Jewish leaders, and meet with Joe Tsai to demonstrate understanding. I totally agree that everything he did was wrong, but this kind of feels like a checklist that he has to do. Like he's just completing side quests at this point. Like Kyrie Irving needs to condemn the movie, $500,000 donation, get 6 Infinity Stones, 7 Dragon Balls, find out if the chicken or the egg came first. It just seems like he has all these side quests he needs to do right now.
Man's got some homework.
Yeah. Rescue Princess Peach from Bowser's Castle. Get 17 Winter Royales. Find 5. It's like a scavenger hunt. Five things that are red.
Yeah.
4 things that begin with the letter R.
Four X words.
What?
Four words that begin with the letter X.
That'd be a tough one. I don't think Kyrie's going to be back with the Nets if that was on the list. I don't think he could do it. I can't think of 4 words that begin with X.
I pray for whoever has to do the sensitivity training with him. That teacher is not going to be paid well enough for whatever they're going to have to put up with.
It's going to be Kanye.
Oh, God. I do wonder if there's just a joint class where Kyrie will show up and Kanye will just be sitting there already.
Well, they did this. They put this checklist together because there was a thing that came out today. It said the Nets are under the belief that they put this together because they know Kyrie is not going to successfully do all 6 of these things. So basically, it's like going to prompt a release of Kyrie Irving.
So they're just trying to get him to drop the class. It's like when your AP teacher loads you up with homework that first month, hoping to weed out the dummies.
Yeah. I mean, essentially, he has to, like, solve cancer, like, all this stuff. That's essentially the same thing because I don't think Kyrie's going to do all this. What they said the other day was Kyrie is unfit to be associated with the Brooklyn Nets. A team does not say that about Kyrie Irving that wants him back. Nobody says that and is like, but we also want him back. That means they want him to get the fuck out of Brooklyn. They are done with him. So like,
but they don't want to cut. They don't want to cut him because they don't want to owe him all that money.
Yeah, we're gonna put together some possible checklists. Basically, Kyrie, you have to solve cancer. You can't do that. We know you're not gonna be able to do this as well. We did things that you know that you're not gonna be able to do.
Was apologize not even on the list?
It was the first one actually. Apologize and condemn the movie. Yeah.
Because I was gonna say it'd be hilarious if he did all those things, like passed everything, straight A's and everything, and then just still didn't apologize. He's like, "What? I did everything you asked. Let me play."
I'm sorry. I just can't apologize.
He gets all the 6 Infinity Stones.
That.
He gets the 7 Dragon Balls, 6 Infinity Stones, but he just can't apologize.
All the Horcruxes.
I can't do it.
All the Chaos Emeralds.
Great reference. But yeah, if he does this, then he will officially be as woke as he thinks he is. So I'm excited for him.
I am too.
It's just gonna be a lot of drama. There's so much real stuff that I just like make jokes about and don't even want to necessarily dive in because that's what I believe sports are, a distraction from all this stuff. So it's gonna be really interesting because the Brooklyn Nets are an absolute cesspool. They're very dysfunctional, and I really enjoy it as a Cavaliers fan who, I just want to say the Cavs are undefeated in the United States of America. I don't know if anybody knew that, but I
saw that tweet. Did they play in like Mexico or something?
No, they played the Raptors in Canada. So
duh.
That was the first game they lost, and then they play in Mexico. Classic moment. I mean, hey, Matt, I like where your head's at. You want to develop the game. You wanted to go global, and I appreciate that.
I don't know if they were over there playing like the Brittany Griner Invitational or something like that.
Oh, man. Brittany Griner catching strays, dude. When she gets out in 9 years, she's going to come after you. Holy cow.
Nah, we'll smoke a joint and be chill about it.
Oh, where? That'd be actually, in all seriousness, like I hope she gets out like much sooner than 9 years.
Yeah, me too.
But that would be so savage if they got her out like let's say in like a month, and the first thing she does when she's back on American soil is hangs out with Snoop Dogg and rolls the world's largest blunt and smokes the living shit out of it and gets smoked out. I would go to that charity. It would be a charity event. I would do it. Just saying.
And then the WNBA drug tests her randomly the next day.
Yeah. That's almost as bad. That's like the worst thing that probably would ever happen to her. I can't believe I said that. Okay.
This is great. This is good.
Shall we go into some Week 10 picks so I don't get canceled?
Let's do it. That seems safe.
Yeah. This is safe. This is non-cancelable content. That's what we're here for. Johnny put together these games. These are the Week 10 good game picks presented by no one. Somebody fucking sponsor us. I got a Twisted Tea. Maybe Twisted Tea should sponsor us. Johnny, these are the good games. I'm looking at these games. Some of them are not good.
Not yet.
But I know the parity in the league is so good that the games are necessarily bad. But some of the games are so bad that they're good. So I'm very excited to dive into these. We're going to go with the first game, Thursday Night Football. The Falcons at the Panthers. The Falcons are currently favored by -3. So the Falcons have actually won 11 out of the last 14 games against the Panthers. I'm a big historic guy, unlike Kyrie Irving, who denies history. So I'm going to select the Falcons to win this game.
Yeah, I think I'm going to pick the Falcons to win this one as well. My problem with the Panthers, besides the fact that they're bad, is that they fluctuate, which is to say, like, they're very inconsistent and play like all over the place. Like, there are some times where they'll score like 37 points against the Falcons, and then next game PJ Walker will have like 10 yards against the Bengals on 10 passes. So yeah, they're very all over the place. Cordell Patterson's also back, and he's been doing really well for that team. So yeah, I think I'm going to pick the Falcons in probably a low-scoring affair.
Yeah, I like the Falcons in this one as well. Clean sweep across the board for the Dirty Birds. The Panthers are coming back down to earth after. I feel like whenever an interim coach takes over, like the next 2 or 3 weeks, like the team's all excited and they play for that guy, and then eventually they just start to get exposed. So give me the Falcons. I hope Baker plays in this game. I kind of think that'd be fun to watch. I don't think he will.
Didn't he get in the game last week against the Bengals? Is that
he did? But
I mean,
at that point, it was
just
beyond over.
Yeah, Johnny, the Dusty Baker headline was all time. By the way, that was incredible.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
I just want a nice little callback to that. The over/under in this game is 43.5.
That's too high.
Oh yeah. This game has 17-6 written all over it.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
I would say so too.
I would hammer the over so hard in this game. All right, so the Vikings at the Bills.
That's not that's the third one. Second one is Seahawks Bucks.
We got a London game.
Oh, well, I was going to get – oh, yeah, I guess I skipped it. My bad. Okay, so thanks, Johnny, for being a game watcher and not actually watching the game. All right, so we got the Seahawks at the Buccaneers. This is a game in London. Is this Tom Brady's first game in London? Can we fact check? Quick fact check. Just say yes.
I'll throw it on the screen right here. It's on the YouTube. There's the answer. Okay.
It'd be really funny if you just didn't do it. That'd be hilarious.
I might forget.
That's fine. Just don't do it.
You know what you should do? We can put this in
Google
retroactively. No. You do the thing where you put like the 3 fingers under the waist.
I thought you were about to say ass.
Yeah, you do it like under the waist. So you get to punch everybody that listens to the show.
Hell yeah.
I like that one a lot. I think you should do that. Okay, so if you guys don't know, if you guys haven't watched history, we talk about history a lot on this podcast. The Buccaneers are really good in London. I've watched the Pirates of the Caribbean movie franchise. You watched that? King George, trying to go after Jack Sparrow. Yeah. Who won? Jack Sparrow.
I don't know. If you watch Dead Man's Chest,
Jack Sparrow's a pirate.
Yeah, if you watch Dead Man's Chest, that was like the most confusing movie ever.
Is that the one where
Is
that the one where Snape kills Dumbledore?
Sure.
Okay. Anyways, I think the Bills win this game, but I think they're overlooking this game because of the very daunting matchup where
it's Bucks Seahawks, not Bills Vikings.
I think I'm having a stroke.
Unreal.
Yeah, it's my
bad. I want to get to this next game so bad.
It's like the second time my mind has gone to it. I'm picking the Bills for the next game, by the way. But so I picked the Bucks to win this game because, again, Pirates of the Caribbean, the Bucks are good in London historically.
Yeah, I'm feeling the Seahawks in this one. The team continues to get better. Geno is putting on a clinic, as we said. Kenneth Walker is an amazing closer as a running back. Both sides of the ball are absolutely in sync, and Pete Carroll's like in the running for Coach of the Year right now. I think they're balling out. I think like they've bought in more than like the Bucs have. I think like the Bucs barely won in a mid-off last week against the Rams. So I don't know. Seahawks in this one.
I really want to take the Seahawks in this one because I think they're a way more physical team. I think they have way more spirit than this Bucs team. This Bucs team just has no heart at all. And they did win the mid-off, but the Seahawks have so much further to travel to London than the Bucs, and I think that's a pretty big factor. So because of that, I'm taking the Bucs in just an ugly game.
I like that, man. I wonder does Tampa have a direct flight to London? That'd be interesting.
I would assume they go through New York.
They probably have a private jet that takes them directly
that
there.
probably makes more sense.
We're thinking in poor, Matt. We're thinking in. We're not
I
even.
can't imagine Tom Brady's lining up at Gate C3 for Spirit Airlines.
Yeah, exactly.
Spirit Halloween.
They're not rich. They're wealthy. There's a difference. There's a big difference. We're not even rich, by the way. So I don't know if you guys can obviously tell, but yeah. That was tough. Okay, so next game we got the Vikings at the Bills.
Yay!
Holy shit.
There we go.
All right, Bills are favored by 7.5. I think the Bills are going to overlook this game because of the daunting matchup of the Browns next week, and most importantly, where Johnny and I are going to this game. So I think I'm going to be dressed as Waldo. I'll probably have an effect on the game. I think the Bills win this game, but they're going to be looking for the daunting matchup next week against the Browns. So I think the Vikings cover the spread. I think it's going to be a much closer game than people think. The Vikings have proven to be very, very good. I do think they're going to collapse at some point in the playoffs, but I'm going to say the Bills win by 3 or 4 points.
This honestly feels like the week where the Vikings fail to cheat death and either lose a close game or lose a blowout because all they've done this season is just win close game after close game. They barely won against the Commanders. And especially like the Bills will play angry after that Jets loss because that was maybe the worst game of Josh Allen's season so far. So I think I'm picking like the Bills to win by 2 scores in this one.
Yeah, I am interested. I want to see more about this Josh Allen elbow injury before I go like totally crazy with this. But
that is true.
That is big because that's all they can do is Josh Allen. They are so dependent on him.
Hey, yo.
And I'm starting to think they're a little overhyped overall. I think they're a little cocky. I don't think they've really won anything yet.
I mean, you guys have honestly said that all season, to be honest.
That's
You know what'd be
true.
sick? You know what'd be amazing? Is that the Bills lost 4 Super Bowls in a row again. I'm just saying. Be kind of crazy.
But I am going to take them to win this game. The Vikings have not beaten anybody yet. They are the most. Everyone says they're the least talked about 7-1 team. It's because they're the least 7-1 team out of any 7-1 team.
Is that?
They've
I mean,
beaten
here's the
a
thing.
bunch of scrubs.
They're still 7-1.
They are.
Here's the thing. This is a 1:00 game. We know how your boy Matt, your boy Kirk Cousins does in non-primetime games. It could be electric. He could,
But it's also against a good opponent, which he has not faced yet. So give me the Bills, but it will be a closer game. The Vikings, they do keep games close. They very rarely get blown out themselves.
Facts, respectfully. All right, next game we got the Browns at the Dolphins. This is a game in Miami. The Dolphins are favored by -4. I just want to throw this out there, this fact. Tua has never beaten the Browns in his career. He's never beaten them once.
He's never faced them.
Exactly. He's never beaten them. That's what I just said. I'm gonna say the Browns is my upset of the week. It's not my upset of the week. A little foreshadowing. It's not my upset of the week, but I will pick the Browns to. Oh, I can't believe I'm picking them. I think this is the Jacoby Brissett revenge game. The Dolphins let him go. They didn't actually let him go. He just chose a free agency deal with the Browns. But, we got to put some shit on the board. We got to make it interesting, Jacoby Brissett's got to have that, mama mentality. He's like, I got to think of something. I fucking hate the Dolphins, even though I love Miami and I'm actually from here. I'm going to pick the Browns to win this game in somewhat of an upset. I don't know why. I'm just picking them. Why not?
Jacoby Brissett Bowl. So, yeah, I will say the Browns' defense has gotten better, like last 3 games they've played, but the Dolphins have maybe the best receiving duo in NFL history in Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. Tyreek Hill has 1,100 receiving yards in 9 games, and Jalen Waddle has like 800, which is like that's got to be completely impossible to do like in the first half of a season, let alone like a full season, which is absolutely nuts. Plus, Tua leads all quarterbacks in touchdown percentage, yards per attempt, passer rating, ESPN's QBR statistic, and adjusted net yards per attempt, which are like the big 5 stats are 5 of the biggest stats when people look for MVP. Not saying he'll win it, but just keep that in mind. I'm going to pick the Dolphins to win this one.
Yeah, it is crazy to say it out loud, but yeah, this Dolphins receiving corps, just the Dolphins offense in general is already on such a insane trajectory. It's really fun to watch. But I think I'm going to take the Browns too.
Oh.
I don't know why. I think I just need an upset, but I really liked what I saw out of them on Monday night. I think it's a team that's they've lost games in every single way possible so far to start the season. And I think they're finally starting to gain some confidence back. And I think the Dolphins are due for a slip up.
Is this your upset of the week?
It is.
Also, there is this stat out there. Tua is undefeated this season in games where his head has not been decapitated from his body. Are you and I, Matt, saying that Tua is going to get decapitated this week?
I mean, I hope not.
No.
I hope it's just a nice
not.
clean win for the Browns.
Clean win, a nice quality, classy win where Tua's head doesn't get taken off. Johnny also pointed out Mike McDaniel is undefeated in games that he showers before.
It is true.
Yeah, I don't know how Johnny has that intel, but we somehow have that on the podcast. We're all about our insider sources and stuff, so just trust me, bro. That's the source. Okay, so next game, do you have something to say? Okay, so next game we got Cowboys at the Packers. Johnny wrote in the notes, historic rivalry, a.k.a. horrible game.
Yeah.
That's what it means. That's essentially what that means. When you have to say it's an historic rivalry. Guess what? It's 2022. I don't give a fuck about historic rivalries. That's what that means.
That's the reason I put in there.
So, yeah, these guys won Super Bowls back before color TV was invented, or most of their Super Bowls.
Before the salary cap was created.
Yeah, pretty much. The Cowboys are favored by -5. Guys, this is my lock of the week. I had a glimmer of hope for the Packers last week, and I just think they're done. I mean, Packers fans themselves have turned on him. Generational fan, like diehard Packers fan, Lil Wayne, the biggest Packers fan we all know, said that they should have got rid of Aaron Rodgers before the season. Lil Wayne, Wheezy. If he's off, then I'm off. He's a diehard Packers
baby, and F stands for fucking trade Aaron Rodgers.
Wheezy baby. Fucking trade Aaron Rodgers. Exactly. That's what the F stands for. We all knew this. So I think I think the Cowboys are my lock of the week. I like them big, and this might be the only time I'm ever confident about the Cowboys, ever. So enjoy, everybody listening, everybody here in studio and in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Just relish this moment, please. It won't happen again. Okay, Johnny, you want to fucking go or?
I'm picking the Packers to win in an upset.
Oh,
upset of the week. Matt. So Matt said like a week or two ago, the Cowboys usually have like a game or two that they lose that they're expected to win, and I honestly do agree with him because for like 1 or 2 games, Dak Prescott just seems like completely off in an otherwise great season that he has, and this could be one of those games because the Cowboys and Packers usually play each other really, really tough, and they've done so like the last 4 or 5 years. I mean, is it a great pick? Yes, it is. I'm picking the Packers to win this one in an upset of the season.
I love it. I can't say I agree with it though.
I'm surprised because this is usually a pick that you would have.
It is.
Don't gaslight Matt and his pick. What are you doing?
And
what are you talking about?
I was thinking it, but I think the only reason I'm taking the Cowboys is because Mike McCarthy has been waiting for this moment. Aaron Rodgers is down and out. Aaron Rodgers is struggling. He is limping, and Mike McCarthy has a gun pointed right at his head, and he's ready to take. Well, yeah, a little bit.
I like it. It's Texas. It's Texas. Like Texas picks people up there. Yeah. This game is in Green Bay though, I believe.
Is it?
Yes, it's in Green Bay.
Doesn't matter. I think Mike McCarthy has been training for this moment all year. I think he's watched more film on this game than any other game by far, and I think he's going to pull out any trick that he has to find a way to win this game.
I like that. Is this your lock?
Nah, no. I got one still later on.
Interesting. I like it. I like this. I forgot. Is this the first time they've played each other?
They played last year, I believe.
Since Mike. Oh, okay.
But it wasn't even fair these last few years because Rodgers just had a way better team.
Yeah, Devontae Adams. It's amazing. Trading your star wide receiver didn't work out.
Well, I mean, like they
Unless you're the Chiefs.
I mean, there's like two reasons they did. Like, first, like they couldn't really afford to pay him. Second, he didn't want to be there anyway, so like they had to like ship him off. The problem is they didn't do anything to like replace.
Yeah,
him.
here's the issue with that. It doesn't fit my agenda, so I'm going to ignore everything you just said. We're going to go to the next game. Chargers at 49ers. This is the Sunday night football matchup. Johnny wrote in the notes the Chargers are 5-3, the 49ers are 4-4. So that is true. Way to bounce, fact check that one. The 49ers are favored in this game by -7. I just want to put this out on the record again. Guys, did you know the 49ers have never beaten the Los Angeles Chargers? They've never beaten them. 49ers have never beaten the Los Angeles Chargers.
In San Diego, they did, though.
Yes, they beat the San Diego Chargers a lot.
in a Super Bowl.
Interesting. The San Diego Chargers?
Yeah, 49ers beat the Chargers in Super Bowl '94. Steve Young.
But was that the Los Angeles Chargers? I feel like if you move to a different city, it doesn't matter. I'm a Browns fan. They moved to Baltimore, different franchise.
San Diego.
Even
Los
though we
Angeles.
count the Okay, interesting. I will say the Chargers, the franchise themselves, if you're going to combat that, they've won 5 straight games against the 49ers. Now, only one of them was in Los Angeles. But the franchise has won 5 games against the 49ers. It's going to be my upset of the week. I picked the Chargers to win this one in San Francisco.
Yeah. Chargers are going to make it close, as they always do. But it feels like the 49ers win this one to get back to over 500. They got pieces coming back in Deebo Samuel. And I'm really excited to see him play with Christian McCaffrey, since those guys are playing positionless in Kyle Shanahan's offense. They can do anything like pass, run, catch, all that stuff. So yeah, really looking forward to this one. Should be a very close game. Very exciting game because, again, the Chargers are playing in primetime.
So excited for this one, too. I'm taking the Niners as my lock just because I think this is one of those games that the Chargers just find a way to lose more than anything. The Chargers will always do this. They'll play these great late and even games, and then when it's finally prime time where everyone gets to watch them, something shitty or fluky happens. Plus, I think the Niners are going to get, like you mentioned, they're going to get a lot of pieces back, and I think they're going to really start going on a run. The Rams, it kind of feels like their season's officially done after last week.
You're part of the Ramley. Are you hopping off the Ramley train?
I don't see how they make the playoffs now. They're 3-5.
As a non-committal NFL fan, do you have another team you're riding with right now?
That's a good question.
Yeah. Are you just like the guy that you're the Rob Lowe, you wear the NFL hat and you're go sports? I just want to see a good game.
I'll decide in the next month who I'm cheering for.
You're like Odell. He hasn't chosen a team
Exactly.
yet. Or Gronk, whoever's going to go to the Super Bowl, that's where I'm at.
That's probably the one thing Odell and I have in common.
Matt, I have another thing.
Okay.
After this game, we need to talk about our segment revisit from last week. Okay. All right. So last game, Johnny, you picked the 49ers?
Yeah.
Okay. So last game, we got Monday Night Football, the Carson Wentz Bowl. Even though I don't think Carson Wentz is not playing, it's the Commanders at the Eagles. And it would be Carson's first return to Philadelphia since leaving Philadelphia.
Yeah,
correct?
appropriate that he can't even be healthy enough to show up for that game.
I know. I was so ready to make a joke about how Carson Wentz is going to win Philadelphia another game in Philadelphia because he's going to lose for the Commanders, but can't even do that. Thanks, Carson. Fucking asshole. Selfish. The Eagles are favored in this game by -11 at home. They beat the Texans. They looked weird at first. The Phillies just lost the World Series. I think there's a lot of hostility in Philadelphia. I don't know if you guys saw, but there's that one guy who went viral in Philadelphia for just eating a rotisserie chicken at an abandoned pier. Absolutely electric moment.
I think he's still doing it.
No, I think he's done. He's still eating it? It's been 40 days, I think.
40 nights.
Why is he? How does it take that long to eat a rotisserie chicken? I feel like you could just do that in one sitting. Am I crazy by saying this?
I don't know,
I've never really eaten a rotisserie chicken before, Matt. I know you look like someone that goes to Costco on the regular. I know you've had a nice rotisserie chicken from Costco.
The fuck is that supposed to be?
Just no, well put together, white guy, white, from South Dakota. Do they have Costco's in South Dakota? Was that ignorant?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, we do, and I have a Costco card.
See,
So
that's
you were
I was
right.
correct. I was correct.
You were right.
So you have a rotisserie chicken at Costco?
Yes.
Can you eat it in one sitting? I feel like if you could push yourself, you could.
Yeah. It's the circumstances.
So I don't know why this guy's doing this. Anyways, everybody's focusing on Philadelphia so much. There's a lot of energy going on. They lost the World Series. I think this is going to be an absolute bloodbath. I like the Eagles by $14 billion, which equates to the actually no, it's $14 trillion, the U.S. debt, but I think it's actually more than that. Anyway, it's going to be a really bad U.S. debt joke. I like the Eagles by a lot. I'm gonna stop talking.
Thank you. Appreciate that. This is going to be my lock of the week. Eagles are going to win this one. No upset here, personally.
So you think the Eagles are going to win by more than 11? That's what the lock means.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
And
Cool.
That's it.
Nice. I like that. Short and sweet, unlike me.
At what point are we going on Eagles undefeated watch? Has anyone looked at their schedule for the rest of the year?
Oh, do you have it up?
I do not.
You did
no.
last week.
Okay, let's pull up the Eagles schedule real quick. I'll do it real quick. Matt, go into your spiel, and then I'll talk about the schedule.
Yeah, I agree. I think the Eagles win this one. I think the Commanders keep it a little closer than 11.
Okay.
Because I think Heineke is a baller like that, and their D-line is so good. But the Eagles just have way too much firepower. In Philadelphia, the city's a little angsty after getting smacked in the World Series, by which we all got wrong, by the way. And
Sucks,
it
dude.
is,
The
yeah.
cheating agenda just isn't a thing anymore.
It's
Can't say
not, but
they're not cheaters
yeah, give
anymore.
me the Eagles.
They came
They're
clean
not.
like Aaron Rodgers is going to come clean once he becomes a Christian. Matt, you did not pick an upset of the week, so look at
I
your
did
board.
not. I said
No.
the Browns.
Yeah, he did say Browns.
Oh, he said I didn't know if this is upset. That's my bad.
yeah.
You got to own up. I want to be accountable, so I apologize, Matt. I
all
think
good.
this is a team podcast, and I think I need to be accountable in these moments. So I appreciate everybody. Apologize. I'll be
Damn,
better next
Aaron
time.
Rodgers could learn a lot from you.
I think he could. Maybe I'm the fall guy. Maybe I got to be the fall guy for the Packers. I think that could be a thing. Okay, so we're going to look at the Eagles' schedule right now. They play the Commanders. They play the Colts next week. Wow. They play the Packers the week after that. Wow. They play the Titans after that. Wow. They play the Giants after that. Wow. They play the Bears after that. Wow. They play the Cowboys after that. Wow. They play the Saints after that. Wow. And then they play the Giants again after that. Wow. I think, Matt, they could potentially go 17-0. I'm not fucking around.
The Titans are for sure the best bet.
Honestly, I think they lose one to the Giants. I think the Giants will steal one of them because I don't know. Giants pull those wins out of their asses.
There is a real possibility the Philadelphia Eagles go 15-2 or 16-1. I think they're going to be the one seed in the NFC.
Wow.
Like they're the clear number one team right now. There's a real shot that they are 15-2, 16-1, which I don't think anybody saw except Theo Lash, who said they would be like 14-3.
I think anything less than 14 wins for them is a disappointment at this point.
I strongly disagree with that because it's the Philadelphia Eagles who have not been very good recently, and they barely made the playoffs last year, like 7-9 or something like that. 7-10.
Are you saying like they have not been good recently?
No. I'm saying like to be 14-3 is not a disappointment. That's
I
the
mean,
same
for like
luck.
right now. Like if
That's
I
a
said like right now.
Okay, fair
they
with that
ended up
schedule.
Yes.
True, but they also could sit the starters in Week 18. That could be a possibility. So I don't know. But that would be very, very impressive. I think that would be nice. Matt, we need an update from you. Thanks everybody for the picks. We need an update for you on your Brooklyn Nets thing. We talked about them so
On
much.
my job search.
Yes.
Yeah.
Was there any updates for you? So for people that didn't follow along last week, the Brooklyn Nets are currently hiring a PR coordinator, and Matt applied for the job. As far as we know, Matt, do we have any updates on this?
So, according to ZipRecruiter, they viewed my profile.
Oh,
That was 5 days ago.
Hey, it's not you. It's not you.
They've been busy. They've been busy, to be fair.
They're weeding out all the bad candidates, and then they're going to get to their cream of the crop ones. They saw that resume, man. They saw it. They saw the disasters you've held against. You betcha. We know those disasters. We're not going to talk about them. There literally were no disasters at You Betcha, by the way. That company was great. But
Can I read you guys the first paragraph of my cover letter? Just
please,
Yes,
please.
go ahead.
Honestly, Matt, you could read us the entire thing. We have 9 minutes left on the Zoom, but you could take as long as you want.
All right. Dear Brooklyn Nets. Seems like a solid start, right?
That was pretty good.
Dear the Brooklyn Nets. I am writing to express interest in your role for PR coordinator. I know you've had a sticky last few months, and I think my expertise could help you out. I have great experience with being very pro-Jewish people in my professional career. I have always been very kind to them, and I have never once said anything controversial towards them. I think this could be a major benefit to your organization, as I know you currently have weaknesses in that front. And so on and so forth.
You said, no, you got to keep reading it. That was gold. Keep going.
I'm actually making this up on the spot.
Damn it.
Right.
I was like pro-Jewish people. I'm like, just say Judaism. I'm like, you said pro.
Oh, that was better.
You said no, it was good. I thought, damn it, I wanted to believe that was real.
Man,
Oh.
man, I have more homework for you. Do the exact same thing, but for the Colts. Be their PR guy.
Oh, we gotta see. Maybe
Just like two
let's
jobs.
go on.
Two birds,
Guys,
one stone.
Ursay cleaning house there, too?
You hear Jim Irsay say Indeed during his podcast? He was worried about the wrong Indeed. Okay, so
There it is.
Colts. So we're getting really into the weeds here on this one. Okay, so let's see. The Indianapolis Colts, are they hiring anybody right now in PR? No, they are not.
Dang.
They're hiring a retail associate and a culinary intern. So anybody that wants to cook, they won't let Russ cook. Maybe Russ is an Indianapolis Colt. I don't know. Anyways, Matt, I'm hoping. I think what you need to do is you need to get an email from somebody in PR or marketing or something like that within the Colts, and you need to send them an email. So that is your homework for next week.
All right, follow-up email.
Oh, I'm sorry for the
got
Nets, not the Colts. The Nets. I mean, you can do the Colts too, but let's focus on the Nets. We'll do one job at a time. I think a follow-up email. Reaching out. Maybe even setting them to your website that you have. That's very nice. A lot of people love the website. People love websites here. This is we're pro website podcast for sure. We're pro website for sure. We appreciate websites. So I think that would be nice. And then if we have any updates, I haven't lost hope yet. I still believe you could get the job. I think the most important thing is an interview. If we can get an interview, then that's the closest thing. Next thing to be getting the job.
Yeah, I agree. Like I said, they've been busy these last few days, so they probably haven't even seen it.
Again, they're weeding out the bad ones and then getting to you. So that's my positivity.
This is Scott Hansen from NFL Red Zone. We're going back to the witching hour where jobs become unemployment and unemployment becomes jobs.
Wow, that was wild. Scott, thanks so much for joining the show. I had no idea you were going to be there.
Not an absolute problem, Sir Yacht. This is the Sir Yacht Show presented by NFL Red Zone. Make sure you guys tune in for 12 hours of commercial-free football.
It's not presented by NFL Red Zone. Guys, I apologize. Scott Hansen just performed an exorcism on my brother Johnny. I'm going to snap. Johnny, you there? Johnny, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Did you hear any of what just happened? Did you just black out? All right, Johnny just threw up, so I think it's a good time to end the show. I'm trying to look at okay, so the Ravens won. Okay, so the Ravens won. So congratulations, Matt. You were 6-1 on your Week 9 picks. Johnny, you're 5-2. I was 4-3. So pretty good week for us. I think I was super daring last week. I picked 2 upsets.
Did you?
With like minus 12 teams. So I'm going to be I was a little more conservative this week.
So I won?
You
won.
Did.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for listening to the Matt Kennedy podcast.